Hello everyone, my name is Sherry Nesbitt and I'll be talking about multimedia presentation tools for students. The four links that I'll be talking about tonight are EdCanvas, VoiceThread, EduCreations, and PhotoBabble. So why multimedia presentation tools? We were actually looking at a time saver in our department. Assessing speaking is very important, and the ability to give students feedback, informal feedback and formal feedback, were pretty important to us. But what we found was it was a huge time cruncher in the classroom. So what was I looking for in a tool? First of all, it had to be free. Second, it needed to be easy for my students and I to use. It needed to be easy for the students to share with me. They also had to be able to record their voices and to be able to import an image or more than one image. This actually provides students with the prompt to give them something to speak about. And finally, that it's accessible to everybody, that it's available on the netbooks that we have in our classroom, iOS devices, which a lot of the students do bring to school with them, and other tablets. We also, in our district, aim to increase higher order thinking skills, engagement, authentic connections, and technology use using the HEAT framework. So we felt like this whole idea of providing more feedback would fit into that very well. So the first tool is EdCanvas, and it provides a visual collection or a canvas of videos, sites, and you can also comment. You can also use it to share resources. Like I went to a conference in the fall and pulled together my resources and made an EdCanvas for my department. Here's an example of how I focused resources on artists, in particular Salvador Dali. I chose to do this because Salvador Dali, if you just straight out look at his work, there are a lot of nudes, and with 8th graders, I thought, it might be better to limit their resources. So as you can see here, this is my EdCanvas. I can share it on my Edmodo page. I can tweet it, and I can add it to a variety of sources. So I can put it in my Evernote account or Symbaloo page or what other curation tool that you want to use. I can play it. So here's the play view of the persistence of memory, in other words, the melting clocks. And I can add a comment if I want to, or I can record one up to 30 seconds in length. And then you can also go in, you can copy it if you're allowed to do that by the author, which I say fine. You can edit it. And as you can see from this edit screen, all you have to do is you basically search. It's super intuitive. So if I want to do a YouTube search on Dali, here's a really famous clip of him from the old TV show What's My Line? And you can just drag it over there. Very easy to use. You can also import from a variety of other resources that you may have at your disposal. So why use it? What are some of the advantages and disadvantages? First of all, it's viewable on any device. There's a free app that integrates with Edmodo, and you can create classes. As you can see, it's very intuitive. And you can import from a variety of resources, including files, videos, etc. As far as any cons, only being able to record up to 30 seconds. So for language learners, This is good maybe for beginners, but could be a negative as they're more advanced learners. And it requires registration. The next tool is VoiceThread, which I know a lot of people are familiar with. It's a presentation tool. You can add audio, video, text, webcam. You can use it to provide feedback as a presentation tool, to access prior knowledge. So if you wanted to see what students knew about Costa Rica and you had some pictures on there about some different animals, you could have the students write what they knew, or you could even have them ask questions. Here's an example of a student project that I used. This is a recent project from a 7th grader. It's called Como Están for the Emotions.
La niña está enojada porque no ganó el basketball.
She was angry because she didn't win at basketball.
Yo estoy feliz porque es viernes.
He's happy because it's Friday, and aren't we all, especially in April in middle school. If I want to comment to his voice thread, I can go here and you can see I can type my comments, I can record my voice, I can use my webcam, and this is a neat feature that they can use their cell phone to make a comment. I do caution you that they only allow 2 minutes, I believe, for free, and then somebody has to end up paying for it. So I would just caution your students against that. So the pros at our school, well, it's accessible on the web, and there's also a free iOS app. Students are really familiar with this tool. It's used in a lot of different classrooms. They're able to re-record their comments, but also whatever they're publishing. And it's a really great way to collaborate with other students. As far as cons, the cost. If you get an organizational license for the school district, it can cost you well over $2,000. I teach in a medium-sized school district. There's about a little over 3,000 students. And for a district that size, that's about the price that they pay per year. A lot of students forget their logins, and also when they share with you, they forget to check the box that says allow anyone to view. Finally, and this was just something I saw where students were taking extra steps based on something that they did in a science class, where they were starting with a PowerPoint or a Google presentation and then importing them into VoiceThread. It just caused a lot of extra aggravation. The next tool is EduCreations, which is a screencasting tool. You can use it to show what you know, but you can also use it to annotate an image. So for example, if somebody has a PDF or some kind of an image, they can do a screen capture of it, import it into EduCreations, and make any kind of written notes. So here's an example of one. We had a fashion show project, as you can see.
Sofía lleva una brazalete de muchas flores y beige y negra y blanca.
So this girl, obviously, she's wearing, well, maybe not obviously, she's wearing very colorful type clothing. So on EduCreations, you could actually create it right from the web, but these students actually used iPad minis to create their presentations. What are some of the pros and cons? Pros: accessibility, accessibility, accessibility. And it's super easy for kids to use. Multiple images can be imported. And shareability. You can get a link, and you can also get an embed code. You can also link them into EdCanvas. As far as cons are concerned, you have to register for an account. And the re-recording issue. I know students that use this app to record their fashion show projects. If they made a mistake and they wanted to re-record, uh, they had to totally start over again. My fourth tool is called Photobabble, and it is what it sounds like. You can add audio to photos. It's easy to use, really great for quick speaking assessments. And here's another example from the Como Están Spanish Emotions speaking activity. Come on, computer. There we go. And this is the same project as you saw the voice thread for.
Yo estoy nervioso porque yo es sobre a jugar el.
Okay, so that shows you a little bit of what that student did. For pros, it's easy to use. You can access it on the web or with the free iOS app, which you can do iPhone, iPod, iPad, and students can record without losing their work. And they can record up to 60 seconds. But as far as cons, they have to create an account, and if you require multiple images, they have to send you more than one photobabble. I found that a lot of students had difficulty in sharing, especially when they emailed them to me. For whatever reason, they got lost in the shuffle. As far as my conclusions are concerned, I say the tool that you should use is the one that works best for you. Personally, the one I've been using the most lately is Educreations, as far as giving instructions to students and also with what they're able to do with it. And I seem to have the least amount of glitches with that particular tool. So I thank you for your time and attention and hope that you've learned a thing or two about some of these presentation tools.